Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract money, success, and opportunities effortlessly, while others struggle, no matter how hard they work? The truth is, abundance isn't just about luck or effort. It's about vibration, energy, and alignment. In this video, I'm going to share with you the ancient power of salt rituals, the sacred code of abundance and daily practices that can completely shift your life. By the end, you'll not only understand how energy works, but you'll also have simple, practical tools to cleanse negativity, raise your vibration, and open the doors to prosperity. Stay with me until the very end, because this could be the moment everything changes for you. The ancient and spiritual significance of salt. For thousands of years, salt has been more than just a seasoning to flavor food. It has been revered as a sacred element, a symbol of purity, and a powerful protector against negative energies. Across cultures, religions, and civilizations, salt has carried a deeper meaning that transcends its everyday use. When we look at the spiritual history of salt, we begin to understand why it is considered one of the most powerful tools for cleansing, healing, and attracting abundance, even in today's world. Salt is one of the oldest minerals known to humanity. In ancient times, people recognized its ability to preserve food, making it a symbol of life and survival. Because of this life-giving quality, it was often seen as a divine gift. Civilizations quickly associated salt with purity, permanence, and prosperity. The phrase "worth your salt" originates from the time when salt was so valuable it was used as currency. Roman soldiers, for instance, were sometimes paid in salt, which is where the word salary itself comes from. This was not only a payment, but also a recognition of its sacred worth. But salt's value went beyond the material. Spiritually, it has always been linked to protection and purification. Ancient Egyptians used salt in their embalming rituals, believing it preserved not only the body, but also safeguarded the soul in the afterlife. They saw salt as a barrier between the living and the unseen realms, a protector from evil forces. Similarly, in the Bible, salt is mentioned as a symbol of an eternal covenant, representing loyalty and preservation of spiritual faith. In Hinduism, salt is used in purification ceremonies and to ward off negative energies, while in Japanese Shinto traditions, salt is sprinkled at temple entrances to purify sacred spaces. No matter the culture, salt carries a universal symbolism of cleansing and renewal. One of the most striking aspects of salt's spiritual significance is its ability to absorb. Salt is hygroscopic. It draws in moisture from its surroundings. Spiritually, this property has been seen as salt's ability to draw in negativity, heavy energy, and even curses, leaving the person or space purified and uplifted. Many traditions use bowls of salt in homes' doorways or sacred places to protect against harmful vibrations. In some practices, simply walking past salt or placing it at the threshold of a house is believed to stop negative spirits from entering. This deep-rooted belief highlights why salt rituals have stood the test of time. The ocean itself, filled with salt, is considered a massive source of healing and energy. When people immerse themselves in seawater, they not only relax, but also undergo a natural cleansing process. The minerals and ions present in salt water help balance the body physically and energetically. This explains why even today people flock to the sea when they are stressed, sick, or spiritually drained. They may not realize it consciously, but they are seeking the same purification and vibrational reset that ancient people believed in. Salt, whether in the sea or in rituals, restores balance. What makes salt especially powerful in spiritual practices is its simplicity and accessibility. Unlike expensive crystals, rare herbs, or complex ceremonies, salt is present in every home. Yet despite its common nature, it carries a sacred vibration that can shift energy instantly. This paradox, being both ordinary and extraordinary, is what gives salt its mystical aura. When you pick up a pinch of salt and use it intentionally, you are not just handling a kitchen ingredient. You are tapping into a force that has been revered by humanity for millennia. The connection between salt and abundance is also deeply rooted in history. In many cultures, salt symbolized wealth because of its scarcity and importance. To have salt meant you had prosperity, health, and security. This symbolic connection continues into modern spiritual practices. When used in rituals, salt not only cleanses away what blocks abundance, but also invites prosperity by aligning the practitioner with purity and balance. Just as salt preserves food from decay, it is believed to preserve blessings, protecting them from being spoiled by negative energies. Moreover, salt is tied to the concept of grounding. It connects us to the earth because it is a mineral born from it. In a world where stress, fear, and uncertainty often disconnect us from stability, salt rituals can reestablish that bond with the earth's steady vibration. By grounding ourselves through salt, we clear away chaos and open the doors to higher, lighter frequencies where abundance flows naturally. When you think about it, salt embodies three essential spiritual functions: cleansing, protection, and abundance. It cleanses by drawing out negativity. It protects by creating a barrier against harmful forces. And it symbolizes abundance by ensuring preservation, longevity, and prosperity. These three qualities explain why salt continues to hold such an important role in rituals around the world. They also explain why modern prosperity rituals like the salt glass ritual have such a strong foundation in ancient wisdom. In essence, salt is far more than just a mineral on your kitchen shelf. It is a spiritual key, a timeless symbol of purification, and a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds. When you use salt intentionally, you are stepping into an ancient tradition of wisdom and power, connecting with countless generations who have trusted this humble yet extraordinary element to protect their homes, uplift their spirits, and attract prosperity. By embracing salt not only as food, but as a spiritual ally, you open the door to transforming your life from the inside out. How salt shifts vibration and energy. When people speak of salt in spiritual practices, they often emphasize its ability to change energy and raise vibration. But what does that really mean? Why do so many traditions, healers, and spiritual seekers insist that salt can alter the atmosphere of a room, cleanse our energy field, or even shift our emotional state? To answer this, we need to explore both the energetic and vibrational qualities of salt, how it interacts with the human body, the mind, and the unseen currents of energy that shape our reality. First, let us revisit the idea of vibration. Everything in the universe vibrates at a frequency: our thoughts, emotions, bodies, and even the objects around us. When we are joyful, hopeful, and grateful, we vibrate at a higher frequency. When we are angry, stressed, or filled with fear, we vibrate at a lower frequency. This is not only a spiritual belief, but also supported by science. Emotions, brainwaves, and bodily functions all produce measurable frequencies. High vibration feels light, expansive, and full of flow, while low vibration feels heavy, stuck, and draining. Salt comes into this picture as a natural amplifier and purifier of vibration. Its molecular structure is crystalline, which allows it to interact with energy in a way similar to how crystals function. Crystals hold and emit vibrational frequencies, and salt, being a natural crystalline formation, does the same. This is why salt lamps, for example, are said to emit negative ions that purify the air and create a sense of calm. Even if you have never used a salt lamp, you have probably noticed the uplifting sensation of walking near the ocean. That feeling of refreshment and renewal is not just psychological, it's vibrational. Salt-filled air carries negatively charged ions that balance the body's energy field, reducing stress and promoting clarity. Now consider how this principle works in rituals. When you sprinkle salt around your home, place it in a glass with water, or bathe in it, you are creating a shift in the energetic atmosphere. Salt absorbs dense, stagnant, and heavy vibrations. Just as it pulls moisture from the air, it pulls in negative energy. Over time, people have learned to recognize that when salt changes its texture or appearance after being placed in a room, it has absorbed that negativity. This explains why rituals often require discarding the salt after a period of time, because it has done its job of cleansing. Salt also works directly with the human energy body, often referred to as the aura. Our aura is an energetic field that surrounds us, and it is sensitive to external influences. Stress, conflict, and negativity can weaken or pollute the aura, leaving us vulnerable to more low vibrations. Salt strengthens and stabilizes this field by neutralizing disharmony. That is why practices like rubbing salt on the body before showering, placing salt in shoes, or carrying a small pouch of salt are common in spiritual traditions. They are ways to maintain high vibration and repel draining energy. On a deeper level, salt is believed to reset vibrational alignment. Think of your body and energy like a musical instrument. Over time, with stress and negativity, the instrument falls out of tune. Salt acts like a tuning fork, restoring harmony. When you immerse yourself in a salt bath, for example, you are not only cleansing your physical body, but also retuning your vibrational frequency. This is why, after swimming in the ocean or soaking in a salt bath, people report feeling lighter, calmer, and more connected. They are quite literally vibrating differently. The power of salt lies in its ability to transform internal vibration as well as external environments. If you place a glass of water with salt in your kitchen, it will absorb and neutralize negative vibrations in the space. If you use salt directly on your body, it will absorb internal stress and restore balance. This dual action makes it an incredibly versatile tool. Unlike other methods of energetic cleansing that require rituals, chants, or rare ingredients, salt is simple, immediate, and powerful. It bridges the gap between the seen and unseen worlds with effortless grace. Furthermore, salt's role in vibration connects to the law of attraction. The universe responds to the frequencies we emit. If our vibration is clouded with negativity, fear, or scarcity, we attract more of the same. But when salt clears these lower vibrations, it helps us align with higher ones, such as joy, gratitude, and abundance. This is why so many prosperity rituals involve salt. It is not that the salt itself brings money, but rather that it clears the energetic blocks that prevent abundance from flowing. By shifting your vibration, salt allows you to tune in to the frequency of prosperity, making you a magnet for opportunities and blessings. One of the most profound aspects of working with salt is the awareness it creates. When you use salt with intention, you become conscious of your vibration. Each time you sprinkle salt, take a salt bath, or place a glass of salt water in your home, you are reminding yourself that your energy matters. You are saying to the universe, I choose to release what does not serve me and align with higher frequencies. This simple act of awareness amplifies the power of the ritual because where focus goes, energy flows. In summary, salt shifts vibration and energy by absorbing negativity, cleansing environments, strengthening the aura, and resetting vibrational harmony. It acts as a bridge between the physical and spiritual, the visible and invisible, the dense and the light. When we use it intentionally, salt becomes more than just a mineral, it becomes a vibrational tool for transformation. By incorporating salt into daily life, we create a constant flow of energy renewal, allowing us to stay aligned with abundance, health, and peace. Ultimately, salt teaches us a profound truth that small, simple elements can carry immense power. In the same way that a pinch of salt can flavor an entire dish, a small salt ritual can transform the entire vibration of your life. Everyday salt rituals for stress and protection. Salt has been revered for centuries, not only as a preservative or seasoning, but as a sacred element that provides protection and healing. While its historical and spiritual significance is profound, its true power unfolds when we begin to incorporate it into our daily routines. Rituals involving salt do not need to be complicated or ceremonial. They can be simple actions woven into ordinary life, helping us reduce stress, clear negativity, and protect our energy. In this part, we will explore practical ways to use salt as an everyday tool for peace and strength. Salt as a stress reliever. Stress is one of the greatest challenges of modern living. It affects both the body and the mind, creating heaviness in our posture, tension in our muscles, and agitation in our thoughts. Spiritual traditions often describe stress as energy that accumulates in the back, the place where burdens are carried both physically and symbolically. A very simple ritual known as the salt on the back practice provides a release. Take a small pinch of coarse or sea salt in your hand, pause for a moment with the intention to let go of stress, and then toss it gently over your shoulder onto your back. As the salt touches your body, visualize it, absorbing the tension and melting it away. Many people experience a light shiver or sense of relief, as though something heavy has been lifted. This ritual can be performed at night to cleanse the body before rest, or in the morning to begin the day with renewed energy. When done consistently, it becomes a form of energetic hygiene, ensuring that stress never builds up to overwhelming levels. Grounding with salt in shoes. Our feet are powerful energetic centers, yet in modern life we are often disconnected from the natural grounding energy of the earth. Walking barefoot on soil or grass restores balance and calm, but most of us spend our days in shoes made of materials that block this exchange. Salt offers a simple solution that brings grounding energy back into daily life. By sprinkling a small pinch of salt inside your shoes, you align the energy points of the feet with stabilizing frequencies. The grains of salt help neutralize negativity and provide subtle protection as you move through your day. This practice is especially helpful when you know you will be entering stressful environments, such as workplaces, public spaces, or gatherings filled with conflicting energy. Many who use this method notice that they feel lighter, calmer, and more resilient, even in challenging circumstances. Saltwater baths and showers. Perhaps one of the most powerful and refreshing salt rituals is the saltwater bath or shower. Water naturally cleanses and rejuvenates, and when combined with salt, it becomes a strong tool for removing stagnant energy. This ritual works equally well for physical relaxation and spiritual renewal. If you have a bathtub, dissolve a generous handful of sea salt into warm water and soak for 15 to 20 minutes. As you rest, imagine the salt water drawing out all negativity, leaving only clarity and peace. If you do not have a bathtub, the ritual can be performed in the shower by rubbing salt gently over your skin before rinsing. As the water washes away, the salt visualizes tension, fatigue, and emotional heaviness being carried down the drain. Even a short salt shower can shift your mood and restore balance, making it an ideal practice after difficult days or before important events. Cleansing the home with salt. Just as people absorb stress and energy, so do the spaces they inhabit. Homes can hold on to emotional residue from arguments, visitors, or even the daily grind. Without cleansing, this energy lingers and influences the well-being of everyone who lives there. Salt provides a simple yet powerful method of clearing these vibrations. Placing small bowls or glasses of salt water in the corners of your home allows the salt to absorb stagnant energy. Over time, you may notice the salt changing color, texture, or forming patterns. This is a sign that it has collected negativity from the environment. Once this happens, the salt should be discarded, preferably flushed away or thrown outside and replaced with fresh salt. Regularly refreshing these bowls keeps your living space clear and harmonious, ensuring that the atmosphere of your home supports peace and abundance. Carrying salt for protection. Throughout history, people have carried salt as a protective charm. Even today, this practice remains effective and accessible. A small pouch of salt, kept in a pocket bag or car, creates a subtle but strong energetic shield. It prevents unwanted vibrations from attaching to you and helps maintain your personal balance in difficult situations. Some people enhance the protective quality by mixing herbs such as rosemary or lavender with the salt, creating a talisman that offers both defense and calm. This ritual is particularly useful in environments where energy can feel overwhelming, such as hospitals, offices, or crowded gatherings. Carrying salt is a reminder that you have control over your energetic space and that you can choose to remain centered no matter what surrounds you. Salt for restful sleep. Rest is essential for well-being, yet stress and anxiety often follow us into the night. A simple ritual involving salt can help create a peaceful atmosphere for sleep. Place a pinch of salt under your pillow or keep a small dish of salt beside your bed. This practice is believed to absorb subconscious worries, protect against nightmares, and promote deeper rest. Over time, the presence of salt in your sleeping space can create a sense of calm and safety, turning your bedroom into a sanctuary for renewal. Integrating salt into daily life. The beauty of salt rituals lies in their simplicity and accessibility. They require no complex tools, only a clear intention and a willingness to engage with the energy of this ancient mineral. What makes them powerful is consistency. Just as you would not neglect brushing your teeth or washing your hands, cleansing your energy with salt should be part of your daily routine. These small rituals are more than habits. They are acts of self-respect. Every time you toss salt on your back, place it in your shoes, soak in a salt bath, or keep it by your bed, you are affirming that your peace and protection matter. You are telling yourself and the universe that your energy deserves care and safeguarding. By integrating these simple practices into everyday life, you create an ongoing cycle of cleansing and renewal. Stress loses its hold, negativity has no place to linger, and your vibration remains high and steady. Salt in its humble form becomes a trusted companion, quietly supporting you in living a life of balance, clarity, and abundance. High versus low vibrations explained. One of the most powerful truths in both spirituality and science is that everything in the universe vibrates. Every thought, every emotion, every cell in the body, and every object around us carries a frequency. When we begin to understand this principle, we realize that our lives are shaped not only by what we do, but also by the vibration we radiate. The difference between high and low vibrations can determine whether we feel uplifted, whether opportunities flow to us, or whether we find ourselves stuck in cycles of stress, lack, and negativity. High vibration is often described as light, expansive, and magnetic. It is the frequency of emotions such as joy, gratitude, love, faith, hope, and excitement. When we are in these states, life feels harmonious and open. We find ourselves meeting the right people at the right time, attracting opportunities without forcing them, and experiencing a sense of flow. Spiritually speaking, a high vibration connects us to the greater universe, aligning us with abundance and possibility. Scientifically, high-frequency emotions are known to release beneficial chemicals in the brain, such as serotonin and endorphins, which improve health, resilience, and overall well-being. Low vibration, in contrast, feels heavy, dense, and limiting. It is the frequency of anger, resentment, jealousy, fear, and despair. When we dwell in these states, we attract more of the same experiences. Arguments multiply, stress builds, opportunities seem to slip away, and life begins to feel like a struggle. On a physical level, these low vibrations can even weaken the immune system, drain energy, and make the body more susceptible to illness. Spiritually, they block the flow of abundance and disconnect us from higher guidance. The law of attraction is closely tied to vibration. This principle suggests that the universe mirrors back the frequency we emit. When we vibrate at love, we attract experiences and people that reflect love. When we vibrate at fear, we find ourselves surrounded by circumstances that validate fear. This is why two people in similar situations can have entirely different outcomes, depending on their vibration. One may approach life with openness and gratitude, drawing success and connection, while the other may approach it with doubt and resentment, encountering constant obstacles. Understanding the difference between high and low vibrations is not only about recognizing feelings, but also about learning how to shift them. Life will naturally present moments of stress and difficulty. No one can remain in perfect joy at all times. The key is becoming aware of your vibration and knowing that it can be changed. Something as simple as gratitude, laughter, meditation, or a salt ritual can lift your energy from a lower frequency to a higher one. Awareness is the first step, because once you recognize that you are vibrating low, you can choose to rise higher. High vibration is also contagious. Have you ever noticed how being around someone joyful lifts your mood, or how entering a peaceful space immediately calms your mind? This is because vibrations radiate outward. Just as music can fill a room, your frequency influences your surroundings and the people you encounter. Low vibration is contagious in the same way. Spending too much time in environments filled with conflict, gossip, or fear can pull your energy downward if you are not careful. This is why protection and cleansing practices such as working with salt are so important. They help you maintain your vibration even when external forces try to lower it. Another important aspect of vibration is that it does not only shape emotions, it also affects manifestation. The universe responds not to words, but to energy. You may say you want wealth, love, or health, but if your vibration is rooted in fear, doubt, or scarcity, The energy you project contradicts your words. This is why many people struggle with manifestation. They focus on what they want, but fail to align their vibration with the feeling of already having it. When you shift into high vibration, the universe matches your frequency, and manifestation becomes natural. Raising vibration is not about ignoring difficulties or pretending everything is perfect. It is about choosing perspectives and practices that lift your energy rather than drain it. For example, when stress arises, you might choose to release it through a salt ritual instead of carrying it in your body. When negative thoughts appear, you can counter them with affirmations or gratitude. Over time, these choices create a habit of staying aligned with high frequencies, making it easier to bounce back from challenges. It is also worth noting that high vibration is linked to authenticity. People sometimes assume that raising vibration means forcing constant positivity, but true high vibration comes from alignment, not pretense. When you allow yourself to feel emotions honestly and then consciously choose to rise, you maintain integrity while still elevating your frequency. This is far more powerful than masking pain with false cheer. The universe responds to genuine energy, and authenticity carries a vibration of its own. To live with awareness of vibration is to live with power. By recognizing that everything is energy, you begin to take responsibility for the frequency you emit. You become mindful of the environments you enter, the people you spend time with, the food you eat, the rituals you practice, and the thoughts you entertain. Each of these influences contributes to your vibration. With this awareness, you no longer feel helpless in the face of circumstances. You understand that even if you cannot control every situation, you can control the energy you bring into it. In summary, high vibration represents states of love, joy, and alignment that attract abundance and health, while low vibration represents states of fear, anger, and scarcity that create obstacles and drain energy. The distinction between the two is the foundation of spiritual growth and manifestation. By learning to recognize your vibration, protect it, and raise it, you unlock the ability to transform your reality. You begin to live as a deliberate creator, sending out the energy you wish to receive and drawing into your life experiences that reflect the highest frequencies of the universe. The science and spirituality of energy frequency. The idea that everything vibrates is not only a spiritual teaching, but also a scientific truth. Physics, biology, and psychology all reveal that life is built on energy, movement, and frequency. When we connect these insights to ancient wisdom, we see that science and spirituality are not in conflict, but rather two languages describing the same reality. Understanding the science and spirituality of energy frequency gives us a deeper appreciation of why practices such as salt rituals, meditation, and affirmations are effective in transforming our lives. At the most fundamental level, physics shows that matter is not solid but made of vibrating particles. Atoms, which form every object and every living being, are in constant motion. Even when something appears still, its particles are vibrating at specific frequencies. This means that your body, your home, and even your thoughts are not static but alive with energy. Frequencies can rise or fall depending on the state of the system, and this is why emotions, health, and external influences can change the way we feel so dramatically. Quantum physics adds another layer to this understanding by demonstrating that observation itself affects reality. When scientists study subatomic particles, the act of observing influences the outcome. Spiritual teachers have long said that consciousness shapes reality, and science is now beginning to echo this idea. What we focus on grows, and what we believe sends out a frequency that can change outcomes. This is why practices such as affirmations or visualizations have real power. They are not only psychological tools but vibrational signals that shape the energy around us. Biology also offers evidence for the vibrational nature of life. The human body operates through electrical and chemical signals. The heart produces an electromagnetic field that extends several feet beyond the body. Brain waves are measured in frequencies such as alpha, beta, delta, and theta, each corresponding to different states of consciousness. When you feel calm, your brain produces slower, smoother waves, while stress triggers fast, chaotic waves. These measurable frequencies show that our emotional states are vibrational realities, not abstract ideas. The heart, in particular, is a powerful vibrational center. The Heart Math Institute has conducted studies showing that emotions like love, gratitude, and compassion create coherent, harmonious patterns in the heart's electromagnetic field. Negative emotions such as anger or fear create chaotic patterns. These signals are not only experienced internally, but also broadcast outward, influencing others. This explains why being near someone joyful can lift your mood, or why a tense environment can make you feel drained without anyone saying a word. Energy frequency is not confined to the individual. It radiates and interacts with the world. From a spiritual perspective, energy frequency is often described in terms of vibration and resonance. Every thought, word, and action carries a vibration that resonates with similar energies in the universe. High vibrations resonate with abundance, love, and peace, while low vibrations resonate with scarcity, fear, and conflict. This resonance explains why certain experiences seem to repeat themselves. When you hold a frequency of worry or lack, you unconsciously attract more circumstances that reflect those states. When you shift into gratitude and joy, new opportunities appear seemingly by coincidence, but actually by alignment. The concept of resonance is beautifully illustrated in music. When one tuning fork is struck, another nearby fork of the same frequency will begin to vibrate in harmony. Similarly, when we hold a vibration of love or abundance, the universe responds with experiences that match that frequency. This is why spiritual teachers emphasize the importance of maintaining high vibrations. It is not about denying difficulties, but about choosing to align with frequencies that attract solutions rather than problems. Salt rituals connect directly to this principle because salt is known to alter vibrations. When used in water baths or placed in spaces, salt absorbs chaotic energy and resets frequency to a more harmonious state. Spiritually, it clears away the low vibrations that block resonance with abundance. Scientifically, the negative ions produced by salt can balance the body's energy field, reduce stress, and promote relaxation. What might seem like a mystical belief is often supported by subtle but real energetic changes that science is beginning to measure. Psychology also supports the connection between energy and experience. Thoughts and emotions are forms of energy that influence perception. Cognitive science shows that when people focus on positive emotions, their minds literally expand, making them more creative and resilient. Negative states narrow perception, creating a tunnel vision of fear and limitation. This mirrors spiritual teachings about vibration. Positive, high-frequency states open doors, while negative, low-frequency states close them. Bridging science and spirituality, we can see that energy frequency is the foundation of both personal well-being and manifestation. The spiritual perspective teaches that energy attracts like energy, while the scientific perspective shows how emotions, brainwaves, and electromagnetic fields directly shape our experience. Together, they reveal a truth that is both practical and profound. When we shift our frequency, we shift our lives. Understanding this interplay also empowers us. Instead of seeing life as random, we recognize that we play an active role in shaping our reality. Stress does not have to dominate us because we can raise our vibration. Scarcity does not have to define us because we can tune into abundance. Healing is possible because our bodies and minds respond to vibrational alignment. This awareness turns everyday practices such as salt rituals, gratitude journaling, meditation, or deep breathing into powerful tools of transformation. In summary, the science and spirituality of energy frequency both affirm that life is vibrational. Physics shows that matter is made of vibrating particles. Biology demonstrates that our bodies operate through measurable frequencies. Psychology reveals how emotions shift perception and behavior. Spiritual traditions teach that resonance with higher vibrations brings abundance, love, and peace. Together, these perspectives form a unified understanding that energy frequency is the invisible thread connecting thought, body, and universe. By learning to harmonize with higher frequencies, we not only improve our health and well-being, but also align ourselves with the flow of abundance that is always present. Aligning with universal abundance through vibration. Abundance is not something external that we chase after. It is not a prize handed out only to the lucky or the privileged. From a spiritual perspective, abundance is a natural state of being, a frequency that already exists in the universe. When we align our vibration with that frequency, abundance flows toward us as effortlessly as water running downhill. The challenge is that many of us live in a way that blocks this flow. We may believe in scarcity, dwell in stress, or carry energies that vibrate at lower levels. The key to transformation is learning how to shift into alignment with universal abundance so that we can receive what is already available. Abundance includes wealth and prosperity, but it is not limited to money. True abundance is the presence of love, health, opportunities, joy, creativity, and meaningful connections. It is a feeling of having enough of being supported by life and of trusting that more is always on the way. When people vibrate at this frequency, they radiate confidence, gratitude, and openness, which naturally attracts experiences that reinforce abundance. Others feel drawn to them, opportunities seem to arise in unexpected ways, and even challenges become stepping stones rather than barriers. The first step in aligning with abundance is recognizing the role of vibration in shaping reality. If we carry resentment, jealousy, or fear, our frequency closes us off to the flow of good things. It is like tuning a radio to the wrong station. The signal of abundance is broadcasting all the time, but if we are not on the right frequency, we cannot hear it. This is why practices such as affirmations, meditation, and salt rituals are so effective. They help us release the static of negativity and attune ourselves to the higher frequency where abundance resides. Gratitude is one of the most direct ways to raise vibration and align with abundance. When we appreciate what we already have, we tell the universe that we are tuned in to the frequency of receiving. Gratitude shifts the mind from lack to fullness, from scarcity to prosperity. A daily practice of gratitude, whether written or spoken, strengthens the signal we send out and creates a magnetic pull for more blessings. Science also supports this, showing that gratitude rewires the brain, reduces stress, and improves emotional well-being, all of which contribute to a higher vibrational state. Another powerful alignment tool is visualization. When we vividly imagine ourselves living in abundance, we are not simply daydreaming. We are sending out vibrational signals that resonate with the universe. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between imagination and reality. When we hold clear positive images with emotion, the mind begins to shift patterns, and the universe responds with opportunities that match those signals. The crucial element is emotion. It is not enough to think about abundance intellectually. We must feel it deeply. Emotion energizes the vibration, amplifying the frequency of what we are calling in. Salt rituals also play a vital role in this alignment. By removing negative energy and cleansing both body and environment, salt makes space for higher frequencies to enter. Placing a glass of salt water on a written affirmation, as taught in prosperity rituals, is more than symbolic. The salt absorbs stagnant energy, while the affirmation and intention broadcast abundance into the universe. Together, they create a vibrational shift that clears obstacles and strengthens alignment with prosperity. Such rituals remind us that we are active participants in shaping energy, not passive recipients of chance. Consistency is essential for alignment. A single moment of gratitude or a one-time ritual can produce temporary results, but lasting abundance requires a lifestyle of high vibration. This does not mean pretending to be happy all the time. It means choosing practices and perspectives that help us rise whenever we fall. Life will always include challenges, but when we commit to raising our frequency daily, we remain connected to the current of abundance even in difficult times. Over time, this consistency creates a vibrational momentum that draws prosperity naturally and effortlessly. Faith is another cornerstone of alignment. Abundance requires trust that the universe is abundant by nature. Many people sabotage themselves by doubting, questioning, or worrying about how things will come. Faith allows us to release control of the details and focus instead on maintaining the right vibration. When we hold faith, we send a strong message to the universe that we are ready to receive. This does not mean passivity. It means taking inspired action while trusting that the results will unfold at the right time. Abundance is also relational. It is not about hoarding resources, but about participating in the flow of giving and receiving. When we give freely, whether through kindness, service, or generosity, we signal to the universe that we trust in infinite supply. This openness creates more opportunities to receive because abundance is a cycle. When the cycle is blocked by fear or greed, the flow slows down. When the cycle is kept open through gratitude and generosity, the flow increases. Aligning with abundance means becoming a channel for it, allowing it to move through us rather than trying to hold it all for ourselves. Ultimately, aligning with universal abundance is a practice of vibration. It is about shifting from scarcity to fullness, from fear to faith, from resentment to gratitude. It is about recognizing that everything is energy, and that by raising our own frequency, we can harmonize with the frequency of abundance that is already present in the universe. This alignment transforms not only external circumstances but also internal states. Life begins to feel easier, lighter, and more supportive. Challenges still come, but they are met with resilience and trust. Opportunities seem to appear at the right time, and relationships become deeper and more fulfilling. To live in alignment with abundance is to live in harmony with the universe. It is to recognize that prosperity is not something we chase, but something we allow. The more we maintain high vibrations through gratitude visualization, cleansing rituals, faith, and generosity, the more abundance flows toward us. It is not magic in the sense of fantasy. It is alignment in the truest sense, the resonance of our vibration with the frequency of an abundant universe that has more than enough for all. Salt on the back ritual for stress release. Stress is often described as the silent thief of health, energy, and peace of mind. It builds up gradually, sometimes without notice, until it weighs heavily on the body and spirit. Many traditions teach that stress is not only a mental or emotional burden, but also an energetic one. It lodges itself in the body, especially in the shoulders, neck, and back, where tension accumulates from carrying the weight of daily responsibilities. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to release this stress is through the salt on the back ritual, a practice that combines physical action with spiritual intention. The ritual itself is straightforward. It begins with a small pinch of salt, preferably coarse or sea salt, held gently in the hand. Before throwing the salt over the shoulder or onto the back, the practitioner pauses for a moment of awareness. This pause is important because intention activates the energy of the ritual. In that moment, the person acknowledges the stress, tension, or emotional heaviness they wish to release. By consciously setting the intention, the salt becomes more than a mineral. It becomes a tool for transformation. When the salt is tossed onto the back, a symbolic gesture takes place. The act of throwing represents letting go, releasing what no longer serves. The grains of salt are believed to absorb negative energy, pulling it away from the body and dispersing it into the earth to be neutralized. Many people report a physical sensation when performing the ritual, such as a light shiver, a tingling along the spine, or a sudden feeling of relief. These sensations are signs that the energy is shifting and that the burden of stress is beginning to dissolve. The effectiveness of this ritual lies not only in symbolism, but also in how it engages both the mind and body. Physically, the simple act of tossing salt becomes a movement of release, reminding the body that it does not need to hold tension. Mentally, the ritual offers a moment to acknowledge stress instead of suppressing it. Spiritually, it aligns the practitioner with the cleansing vibration of salt, which has been used for centuries to clear negative energy. Together, these elements create a holistic practice that eases stress on multiple levels. Performing the salt on the back ritual before sleep is particularly beneficial. Stress carried into the night often disrupts rest, leading to restless sleep and fatigue the following day. By releasing tension with salt before lying down, the body and mind are better prepared to enter deep restorative rest. In the morning, the ritual can be performed again to start the day with clarity and lightness. In this way, it becomes a bookend practice, closing the door on the worries of the past day. and opening the door to new energy in the day ahead. The simplicity of this ritual is part of its power. It requires no special setting, elaborate tools, or long preparation. A pinch of salt and a clear intention are enough. Because of this simplicity, it can be practiced consistently, which is where the real transformation occurs. Stress is not something that disappears forever after a single release. It returns daily, carried by new challenges and responsibilities. The salt on the back ritual provides a reliable method to clear stress as it arises, preventing it from accumulating and becoming overwhelming. The ritual also carries a deeper symbolic meaning. The back has always been associated with the burdens one carries. To place salt, there is to acknowledge that stress is something carried physically and energetically, and to declare that those burdens do not need to stay. It is an act of self-respect and self-care, a reminder that protection and peace are priorities. In a world where many people ignore their stress until it becomes illness, this small daily act can be profoundly healing. From a vibrational perspective, the ritual helps shift frequency from low to high. Stress, anxiety, and worry vibrate at lower frequencies, which block the flow of abundance and clarity. When salt is used to release stress, the body's vibration rises. This shift creates more space for positive emotions, such as calm, gratitude, and joy. Over time, the regular practice of the salt on the back ritual not only reduces stress, but also strengthens the overall vibrational field, making the individual less susceptible to negative energy in the first place. Psychologically, the ritual provides a sense of control and empowerment. Stress often feels overwhelming because it seems beyond our control. By practicing a simple ritual that produces a tangible sense of release, the individual regains a measure of power over their inner state. This empowerment itself reduces anxiety, creating a positive cycle of confidence and resilience. It is important to remember that rituals gain strength from consistency and intention. A distracted or careless performance may not yield much benefit, but when done with focus and faith, the salt on the back ritual becomes a sacred act, even if it takes only a few seconds. The key is to approach it with sincerity, treating it as an opportunity to cleanse and protect rather than a mechanical gesture. Over time, the body and spirit begin to respond instinctively, associating the ritual with relief and renewal. Incorporating the salt on the back ritual into daily life transforms it from a small action into a profound practice of self-care. It becomes a personal declaration that stress will not dominate, that peace is always possible, and that protection is available in the simplest of ways. The grains of salt, humble and ordinary, become allies in maintaining balance and clarity. What might appear to be a simple gesture to an outsider is in truth a powerful act of aligning body, mind, and spirit with freedom and strength. In summary, the salt on the back ritual is more than a folk practice. It is a spiritual technology for releasing stress, clearing negative energy, and raising vibration. It works by uniting intention, physical action, and the natural cleansing properties of salt into one simple act. Practiced consistently, it protects against the accumulation of stress, supports restful sleep, and creates a sense of empowerment. It is a reminder that solutions do not always need to be complex or costly. Sometimes the simplest tools, like a pinch of salt, hold the greatest power to restore balance and peace. Saltwater baths and showers for purification. Among all salt rituals, few are as universally cherished as bathing in salt water. From ancient civilizations to modern wellness practices, people have always recognized the ocean as a source of cleansing, renewal, and healing. When you soak in salt water, whether in the sea, a bath, or a shower, you are not only cleansing your physical body, but also purifying your energy field. The saltwater bath or shower is one of the most powerful tools for releasing negativity, balancing emotions, and raising vibration. The ocean is a natural healer. Anyone who has spent time by the sea knows the sense of calm and renewal it brings. The rhythm of the waves, the sound of water, and the salty air create a deeply restorative atmosphere. On a physical level, salt water carries minerals that soothe muscles, cleanse skin, and promote relaxation. On an energetic level, It washes away stagnant or heavy vibrations, leaving the body and aura feeling lighter and clearer. This is why athletes, healers, and spiritual seekers throughout history have turned to the ocean to restore strength and balance. For those who do not live near the sea, creating a saltwater bath at home provides a similar effect. To prepare a salt bath, fill a bathtub with warm water and add a generous handful of coarse sea salt or Himalayan salt. As the salt dissolves, the water becomes infused with purifying energy. Enter the bath with the intention of release and renewal. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and imagine the salt water drawing out stress, fatigue, and negativity. With each exhale, visualize heaviness, leaving your body and dissolving into the water. Stay in the bath for 15 to 20 minutes, allowing the salt to penetrate both body and spirit. The ritual does not need to be elaborate to be effective. Even without meditation or visualization, the physical act of soaking in salt water produces measurable benefits. Salt water relaxes tense muscles, improves circulation, and nourishes the skin. But when paired with conscious intention, the experience deepens into a spiritual practice. You are not only healing the body, but also cleansing the aura, the invisible field of energy that surrounds you. By the end of the bath, you emerge not only refreshed, but also energetically renewed. For those who do not have access to a bathtub, a saltwater shower is an equally powerful practice. Begin by taking a handful of salt and gently rubbing it over the skin before rinsing with water. Start at the shoulders and move downward, symbolizing the release of negativity from head to toe. As the water carries the salt away, imagine it washing away stress, fear, and emotional heaviness. This ritual can be completed in just a few minutes, yet its effect can be profound. Even after a short salt shower, many people report feeling lighter, clearer, and more at peace. Saltwater purification is especially helpful after intense or draining experiences. For example, after a stressful day at work, an argument, or spending time in environments with heavy energy, a salt bath or shower provides immediate cleansing. It prevents negative energy from settling into the body and mind, ensuring that it does not accumulate or weigh you down. Over time, this practice builds resilience, helping you stay balanced, even in challenging circumstances. From a vibrational perspective, bathing in salt water resets the frequency of the body. Stress and negativity lower vibration, creating heaviness and stagnation. Salt water raises vibration by neutralizing those low frequencies and restoring harmony. It is like pressing a reset button for the spirit. This shift in frequency is what makes saltwater rituals so effective for attracting abundance. When your vibration rises, you align more easily with prosperity, peace, and joy. In this way, a simple bath becomes a gateway to transformation. The benefits of saltwater purification are not limited to individuals. Families and communities can also use it as a shared practice. Parents may introduce children to salt baths to help them release stress from school or social pressures. Couples may use salt showers as a way to clear their energy after arguments, allowing them to reconnect with clarity. Group rituals where friends or spiritual circles gather near the ocean or share salt baths in a ceremonial setting amplify the cleansing effect and foster collective renewal. It is important to treat saltwater baths and showers as sacred moments, not ordinary routines. Even if the ritual takes place in the privacy of your bathroom, approach it with reverence. Light a candle, play calming music, or recite an affirmation as you enter the water. Simple words such as, "I release what no longer serves me," or "I welcome peace and abundance," can amplify the effect of the ritual. The more intention you bring, the deeper the cleansing becomes. For those who wish to enhance the practice, further salt can be combined with herbs, oils, or crystals. Adding lavender or rose petals can soothe emotions, while essential oils such as eucalyptus or peppermint can invigorate the spirit. Placing crystals near the bath, especially cleansing stones like clear quartz or amethyst, strengthens the energy of renewal. These additions are not necessary, but can enrich the experience, turning the bath or shower into a full spiritual ceremony. Ultimately, the saltwater bath or shower is about more than relaxation. It is an act of returning to balance, a way to release what the day has burdened you with and to step forward with clarity. It reminds us that cleansing is not only physical, but also energetic, that the body and spirit are deeply connected, and that simple natural elements like salt and water hold the power to heal both. In summary, bathing in salt water is one of the most effective ways to purify and protect energy. Whether soaking in the sea, immersing in a salt bath, or performing a quick salt shower, the result is the same. Stress dissolves, vibration rises, and the aura is cleansed. Practiced regularly, this ritual strengthens resilience, restores harmony, and opens the path to abundance. It is proof that the simplest practices often carry the deepest wisdom, reminding us that renewal is always available in the most natural of ways. Salt in shoes for grounding and energy balance. Every step we take connects us with the world beneath our feet. In ancient times, walking barefoot on soil, grass, or sand was a daily experience, and people benefited naturally from the earth's grounding energy. Today, most of us walk on concrete, tile, or wooden floors, wearing shoes with rubber soles that separate us from that natural connection. As a result, many people feel uncentered, restless, or emotionally drained without realizing that their lack of grounding is a major cause. A simple yet powerful remedy is the practice of placing salt in your shoes, a ritual that balances energy, restores grounding, and protects against negativity throughout the day. The feet are considered powerful energy centers in many traditions. In Chinese medicine, they are home to pressure points that connect to organs and energy meridians throughout the body. Reflexology is built on this understanding, treating the feet as maps of the entire system. In spiritual teachings, the feet are often described as portals that connect human beings with the earth's vibration. When this connection is blocked, imbalance arises. Salt in shoes is a way of re-establishing that connection, restoring harmony and balance while offering ongoing protection. The ritual is simple. Before putting on your shoes in the morning, sprinkle a very small pinch of salt into each one. It is important not to use too much. Just a few grains are enough to carry the energetic effect without creating discomfort. As you place the salt, set an intention, such as, "With every step, I am protected and balanced," or, "This salt grounds me in peace and abundance." The intention activates the ritual, transforming the salt from a common mineral into a vibrational tool. Once the shoes are on, the salt begins to interact with the energetic field of the feet. Because salt is a natural absorber of negativity, it prevents heavy or draining vibrations from entering through the soles. At the same time, it restores balance by neutralizing chaotic energy already present. As you walk through your day, the salt serves as a quiet shield protecting you from the energy of crowded places, stressful work environments, or tense social situations. Many people who practice this ritual report feeling calmer, lighter, and more resilient, even during difficult days. Beyond protection, salt in shoes fosters grounding. Grounding is the practice of reconnecting to the stabilizing energy of the earth. It creates a sense of security, focus, and presence. When you are grounded, you feel calm, centered, and able to handle challenges with clarity. When you are ungrounded, you feel scattered, anxious, or easily overwhelmed. Placing salt in your shoes helps re-establish this grounding connection, especially in urban settings where natural contact with the earth is rare. Each step becomes an act of anchoring, allowing you to carry the stabilizing energy of the earth wherever you go. This practice is especially helpful for people who are sensitive to energy. Empaths, healers, and those who work in environments filled with stress or negativity often absorb vibrations from others. Over time, this can create exhaustion, mood swings, or unexplained heaviness. Salt in shoes acts as a protective filter, allowing you to remain compassionate and open without becoming drained. It strengthens your boundaries while still allowing positive energy to flow. Psychologically, the ritual also creates a sense of confidence. Knowing that you are protected with every step helps reduce anxiety about what the day may bring. Even if nothing visibly changes, the act of placing salt in your shoes reminds you that you are actively caring for your energy. This sense of empowerment is itself grounding, reinforcing the idea that you are not at the mercy of circumstances, but in control of your own vibration. The practice can be adapted to different needs. For example, if you are attending a meeting or event where the atmosphere is likely to be tense, adding salt to your shoes beforehand ensures that you remain centered. If you are traveling, the ritual provides protection from the often overwhelming energy of airports, buses, or crowded cities. Even children can benefit from this practice, especially those who are sensitive or anxious. Placing a few grains of salt in their shoes before school can help them feel more secure and focused during the day. Some people like to enhance the ritual by combining salt with herbs. A small amount of rosemary, sage, or lavender added to the shoes can provide additional protection and calm. Others choose to bless the salt before placing it in the shoes, holding it in their hands while reciting a prayer or affirmation. These additions are optional, but they deepen the sense of sacredness and intention, making the ritual even more effective. From a vibrational perspective, the salt in shoes ritual helps harmonize the energy field from the ground up. It begins with the feet, but its effects ripple throughout the body. When the base is balanced and protected, the entire system aligns more easily. Stress and negativity find less space to take hold, while calm and clarity become the natural state. Over time, this practice can contribute not only to daily peace, but also to long-term resilience and strength. What makes this ritual especially meaningful is its accessibility. It requires no special environment, no long preparation, and no visible display. It is discreet and practical, blending seamlessly into daily life. Yet despite its simplicity, it carries profound power. Each step taken with salt in your shoes is a step of protection, grounding, and alignment with abundance. It is a reminder that spiritual practice does not need to be separate from ordinary life. It can be integrated into the most practical actions, turning even the simple act of walking into a sacred journey. In summary, placing salt in your shoes is a gentle but powerful ritual for cleansing and protection. It restores grounding shields against negative energy and strengthens inner balance. By aligning the body with the earth's stabilizing vibration, it helps you move through life with clarity and resilience. This small act performed daily transforms ordinary steps into meaningful expressions of self-care and spiritual alignment. It demonstrates that abundance and protection are not distant or complicated, but available in every moment, as close as the ground beneath your feet. The sacred code 71269 and its meaning numbers have always carried deep spiritual significance. From ancient civilizations to modern metaphysical teachings, numbers are seen not just as tools for calculation, but as carriers of vibration, symbols of universal order, and gateways to higher realms of consciousness. In many traditions, sacred numbers act as keys that unlock specific frequencies of energy, allowing practitioners to align with divine forces. Within the glass with salt ritual, the sacred code 71269 holds this power. It is more than a sequence of digits. It is an energetic signature that connects the individual to the frequency of abundance. The concept of sacred codes originates from the belief that the universe is structured by vibration and pattern. Just as sound frequencies influence matter, numbers carry their own vibrational resonance. Sacred codes are sequences of numbers revealed through spiritual insight or channeling, believed to resonate with specific energies such as healing, protection, or prosperity. When repeated, written, or meditated upon, these codes act as vibrational keys, tuning the practitioner to the desired energy. The code 71269 is one such key, known as the number for invoking the angel of abundance. The meaning of 71269 can be understood by examining the symbolic value of each digit. The number 7 is often associated with spiritual awakening, inner wisdom, and divine guidance. It represents connection to higher realms and alignment with truth. The number 1 symbolizes creation, leadership, and new beginnings, reminding us that we are co-creators of our reality. The number 2 carries the energy of balance, cooperation, and harmony, while 6 is linked to nurturing, responsibility, and the material aspects of life. Finally, the number 9 represents completion, spiritual fulfillment, and the higher perspective of the soul. When combined, these numbers create a code that bridges spiritual wisdom, creation, balance, material prosperity, and divine completion. Together, they form a vibrational formula for abundance. Using this code in ritual is not about superstition, it is about resonance. Just as a musician plays specific notes to create a melody, a practitioner uses numbers to create a vibrational alignment with a desired outcome. When the code 71269 is written or spoken, it sends out a frequency that aligns the individual with the universal field of abundance. This is why the ritual begins with writing the code at the top of a paper. The act of writing grounds the vibration into the physical world. It transforms an abstract energy into a concrete signal, declaring to the universe, "I am tuning into abundance." The sacred code also works in tandem with intention. Writing or repeating the numbers without focus will have little effect. The energy arises when the practitioner engages with the code, consciously affirming its meaning and aligning their heart with the frequency it represents. This is why it is paired with affirmations, such as, "I am a magnet for success, prosperity, and abundance." The affirmation activates the emotional energy, while the code serves as the numerical frequency. Together, they create a complete vibrational alignment of thought, feeling, and action. It is important to recognize that abundance, as represented by the code, is not limited to financial wealth. While prosperity may manifest as money and material success, the frequency of abundance is far broader. It encompasses love, health, opportunities, creativity, joy, and spiritual growth. The code does not simply attract more money. It tunes the practitioner into a state of overflow in all areas of life. By invoking 71269, the individual opens themselves to receiving more of everything that nourishes and sustains their highest good. The universality of sacred codes also reflects the principle that abundance is available to all. There is no shortage of prosperity in the universe. Scarcity is a construct of fear and limited thinking. The code acts as a reminder that the universe operates on infinite supply. By using it, the practitioner steps out of the illusion of lack and into the truth of abundance as a natural state. The ritual, therefore, is not about begging for prosperity, but about tuning into what already exists. It is like adjusting a radio dial to hear a station that was always broadcasting but previously unheard. From a psychological perspective, working with a sacred code can also reprogram the subconscious mind. Numbers and repetition create strong neural patterns. By writing or speaking 71269, the mind associates those digits with prosperity, reinforcing positive beliefs about abundance. Over time, this reshapes the subconscious, replacing scarcity-based programming with a mindset of openness and receptivity. This mental shift, combined with spiritual alignment, strengthens the individual's ability to attract prosperity in tangible ways. Practitioners often describe a sense of calm or upliftment when working with sacred codes. Some experience synchronicities such as unexpected opportunities, financial windfalls, or moments of clarity soon after engaging with the practice. These results are not coincidental. They are the reflection of vibrational alignment. The code, when activated with faith and consistency, acts as a beacon that draws experiences resonant with abundance. Ultimately, the sacred code 71269 serves as a spiritual tool for transformation. It is simple, accessible, and profound. By writing it on paper, meditating upon it, or repeating it with intention, anyone can align with the frequency of prosperity. Its meaning is not confined to esoteric teachings, but resonates with a universal truth. Abundance is not outside of us, but within reach, waiting to be tuned into. The code is simply the key that helps unlock that frequency. In summary, the sacred code 71269 is a vibrational signature for abundance, connecting the practitioner to the flow of prosperity in all its forms. Each digit contributes symbolic energy that, when combined, forms a powerful formula for aligning with wealth, love, health, and fulfillment. Used with intention and affirmation, the code tunes the mind and spirit to the frequency of infinite supply. It is a reminder that the universe is abundant by nature, and that by aligning our vibration, we can receive more than enough of everything we need. Writing affirmations and setting intentions affirmations are more than positive statements. They are vibrational tools that shape thought patterns, emotions, and ultimately reality. When paired with sacred codes and rituals such as the glass with salt, practice affirmations become powerful anchors that direct the energy of intention. Writing affirmations rather than only speaking them adds another layer of power. The act of writing imprints the message into both the conscious and subconscious mind, strengthening the connection between thought and manifestation. In this part, we will explore why affirmations matter, how writing them enhances their effect, and how intention turns them into a bridge between desire and reality. An affirmation is a declaration of truth, stated as though it is already real. When we say, "I am a magnet for success, prosperity, and abundance," we are not describing a future hope, but a present reality. This distinction is crucial. The subconscious mind does not operate on future promises. It responds to present statements and repeated signals. When affirmations are spoken in the present tense, with conviction, the subconscious accepts them as reality and begins to adjust behavior, perception, and energy to align with that truth. Writing affirmations amplifies this effect. The hand acts as a channel between thought and physical reality. Each written word becomes a symbol of commitment, grounding the intention in the material world. Psychologists have shown that writing improves memory and deepens learning. Spiritually, writing turns an idea into an embodied action. When you take pen to paper and declare, "I am a magnet for success, prosperity, and abundance," you are not only thinking about abundance, but anchoring it into form. The words on the page serve as a mirror of your vibration, a tangible representation of your alignment with prosperity. Repetition is another essential element. Just as a muscle grows stronger through consistent exercise, the mind adopts new beliefs through repeated exposure. Writing affirmations once may bring inspiration, but writing them daily ingrains them into consciousness. Over time, this repetition weakens the old patterns of scarcity and replaces them with patterns of abundance. This is why many rituals instruct practitioners to write affirmations multiple times, sometimes even in specific numbers. Each repetition sends another signal to the mind and to the universe, reinforcing the frequency of abundance. The emotional quality behind affirmations is equally important. Words without feeling carry little vibrational power. The universe responds not to empty statements, but to energy charged with emotion. When writing or speaking affirmations, it is vital to embody the feeling of the words. Imagine the joy of success, the relief of prosperity, the warmth of abundance. Feel as though it is already here. This emotional charge amplifies the vibration, making the affirmation more magnetic. The difference between writing "I am abundant" mechanically and writing it with genuine gratitude is the difference between static words and living energy. Intentions bring the process into full power. An intention is the focused direction of energy toward a chosen outcome. While affirmations declare truth, intentions shape the path of that truth. Writing, "I am a magnet for success, prosperity, and abundance" is an affirmation. Following it with the clear intention to live in alignment with that abundance every day turns the statement into a living practice. Intention transforms the affirmation from words on paper into a guiding force for decisions, actions, and opportunities. In the glass with salt ritual, writing affirmations and intentions plays a central role. The paper with the sacred code and affirmation serves as the foundation of the ritual. The glass of water and salt is placed above it, allowing the vibration of the words to infuse the water while the salt absorbs negative energy. This union of elements, words, numbers, water, and salt, creates a complete cycle of alignment. The written affirmation sets the vibrational signal. The sacred code tunes the frequency. The water carries clarity. The salt removes obstacles. Together they create a field where abundance can manifest more easily. Psychologically, the act of writing affirmations also strengthens self-belief. Many people carry unconscious doubts about their worthiness to receive prosperity. Writing positive declarations counters those doubts, replacing them with empowering beliefs. The mind begins to expect success rather than fear failure. This shift in expectation influences behavior, leading individuals to recognize opportunities, take bold actions, and attract supportive relationships. What begins as a spiritual practice translates into practical results because mindset directs experience. It is also important to personalize affirmations. While general statements like "I am abundant" are powerful affirmations that resonate deeply with the individual, are even more effective. For example, someone seeking financial stability might write, "I always attract money with ease and joy." Someone focused on health might write, "My body is full of energy and vitality." The essence of abundance is universal, but its expression varies for each person. Writing affirmations that align with personal goals and emotions ensures a stronger vibrational connection. To enhance the effect, affirmations can be combined with visualization. After writing the words, take a moment to close your eyes and imagine living them. See yourself enjoying the prosperity you have declared. Feel the joy of financial freedom, the peace of balance, or the satisfaction of success. This mental rehearsal programs the mind and strengthens the emotional resonance of the affirmation. Over time, this practice bridges the gap between imagination and reality, bringing the vision into form. In summary, writing affirmations and setting intentions is a vital component of the glass with salt ritual and of manifestation in general. Affirmations declare truth in the present moment. Writing grounds that truth into reality. Repetition ingrains it into the subconscious. Emotion charges it with vibrational power. Intention directs it toward manifestation. Together, they create a powerful force that reshapes belief, behavior, and energy. The simple act of writing, "I am a magnet for success, prosperity, and abundance," becomes far more than words on a page. It becomes a declaration to the universe, a reprogramming of the mind, and a key that unlocks the flow of abundance waiting to enter your life. Placing the glass of salt water and completing the 7-day cycle. The heart of the glass with salt ritual lies in the placement of the glass itself. While the sacred code and affirmation set the vibrational intention, the water and salt work together as energetic tools that absorb negativity and open space for abundance. The process is simple, but its simplicity should not be underestimated. Each step carries symbolic and vibrational meaning that makes the ritual effective. When performed with consistency and faith over 7 days, it becomes a transformative practice that clears obstacles and strengthens alignment with prosperity. To begin, prepare a clean glass, ideally one that is transparent. Transparency symbolizes clarity and purity. It also allows you to observe the subtle changes in the water and salt over time. Fill the glass 3/4 full with clean water. The quality of the water matters. Clear, fresh water holds higher vibrational energy than water that is murky or stagnant. Choosing the best water available demonstrates respect for the ritual and sets the stage for positive results. Into this water, add a generous spoonful of salt, preferably coarse or sea salt. As the salt dissolves, imagine it infusing the water with cleansing energy, ready to absorb negativity and purify the environment. Next, place the glass on top of the paper where you have written the sacred codes 71269 and your affirmation of abundance. The positioning is intentional. The paper represents the foundation of your intention. The glass resting upon it symbolizes the weight and presence of that intention in your physical world. As the water and salt sit above the affirmation, they absorb and reflect the vibrational message written on the paper. This creates a cycle of energy. The words direct the intention upward, and the water and salt embody that intention, while simultaneously absorbing the negative energy that resists it. The location of the glass in your home is also significant. Place it somewhere elevated, such as on top of a shelf, a cupboard, or a closet. Elevation symbolizes rising above negativity and connecting with higher frequencies. By keeping the glass in a high place, you affirm your desire to elevate your vibration and align with abundance. It also ensures that the glass is undisturbed, allowing the ritual to unfold naturally without interference from daily activities. Once placed, the glass should remain in position for 7 full days. 7 is a sacred number in many traditions associated with spiritual awakening cycles of creation and divine alignment. It represents completion within a sacred time frame. The 7-day period allows the salt water to work, gradually absorbing layers of negativity from the environment and from your personal energy field. During this time, you may notice shifts in your mood, clarity of thought, or even external circumstances. Some people report feeling lighter, experiencing unexpected opportunities, or noticing a release of stress as the days progress. As the days pass, observe the glass with quiet curiosity. Often the water will begin to change. It may turn cloudy, form bubbles, or even develop unusual patterns on the surface. These changes are physical signs that the salt water is absorbing negative energy. Rather than worrying about the appearance, recognize it as evidence that the ritual is working. The more the water changes, the more energy has been cleansed from your space and vibration. On the 7th day, the ritual reaches completion. Take the glass carefully and pour the contents into the toilet or directly into the earth if possible. Do not reuse the water or salt. By discarding it, you symbolically release the negativity that has been absorbed, sending it away permanently. This step is as important as the placement itself. Holding onto the water after it has done its work can trap the energy rather than release it. Letting it go completes the cycle, creating space for new energy to flow in. Once the glass has been emptied, cleanse the glass itself thoroughly before using it again. If you wish, you can repeat the ritual immediately with fresh water, salt, and intention. Many practitioners choose to continue the cycle week after week, using the ritual as a regular practice of energetic hygiene. Just as one would not clean a home, only once cleansing energy consistently ensures that your space and vibration remain clear and aligned with prosperity. The power of the 7-day cycle lies not only in the physical elements, but also in the consistency of focus. For an entire week, you are consciously engaging with abundance. The glass becomes a daily reminder of your intention. Each time you see it, you are reminded that you are aligned with prosperity and that negativity is being cleared from your life. This ongoing engagement keeps your vibration steady and your mind attuned to abundance. By the end of the week, the ritual has not only shifted energy, but also trained your awareness to remain open to prosperity. From a vibrational perspective, the ritual operates like a filter. The salt and water filter out negativity, while the affirmation and sacred code broadcast abundance. Together, they create a balanced, energetic field where prosperity can flow without obstruction. This is why many people notice that repeating the ritual strengthens its effects. With each cycle, more negativity is cleared, and the signal of abundance becomes stronger. In summary, placing the glass of salt water and completing the 7-day cycle is the core of the ritual. The clean water represents purity, the salt absorbs negativity, the affirmation anchors intention, and the sacred code sets the vibrational frequency of abundance. Placing the glass in an elevated space aligns the ritual with higher energy, while the 7-day period allows the cleansing to unfold in harmony with spiritual cycles. Discarding the water on the final day completes the process, releasing negativity and making space for prosperity. Practiced with sincerity and consistency, this ritual becomes more than a weekly habit. It becomes a gateway to living in alignment with abundance and to experiencing the flow of prosperity in every area of life. Daily practices to maintain a prosperity mindset. Abundance is not a one-time achievement. It is not something gained through a single ritual prayer or moment of good fortune. True abundance is a state of being, a way of thinking and living that must be nurtured every day. Just as physical health requires daily nourishment and movement, prosperity requires daily care of the mind, body, and spirit. By cultivating simple practices that strengthen the prosperity mindset, we keep ourselves aligned with abundance and ensure that it flows continuously into our lives. The first, and perhaps most powerful, daily practice is gratitude. Gratitude shifts focus from what is lacking to what is already present. It changes scarcity into fullness, aligning thought and energy with the frequency of abundance. Each morning or evening, take a few moments to reflect on 3 things you are grateful for. They can be as simple as the food you eat, the roof over your head, or the kindness of a friend. Writing them in a journal amplifies their power as it turns passing thoughts into recorded declarations. Over time, gratitude becomes a habit that rewires the brain to expect abundance rather than fear lack. Another essential practice is affirmations. Just as in the glass with salt ritual affirmations, remind the subconscious mind of truth and possibility. Create a few personal affirmations that resonate with your goals and repeat them daily. For example, I am open to receiving prosperity in all forms, or I attract opportunities that bring growth and success. Speak them aloud with conviction, write them down, or meditate on them. The key is consistency. Affirmations may feel mechanical at first, but with repetition, they sink into the subconscious, replacing doubt with belief and scarcity with confidence. Visualization is a complementary practice that strengthens affirmations. Spend a few minutes each day imagining yourself already living in abundance. Close your eyes and see yourself experiencing financial freedom, radiant health, or fulfilling relationships. The clearer the image, the stronger the vibration it sends out. Visualization is not fantasy. It is rehearsal for reality. When you feel abundance in your imagination, your body responds as if it were real, shifting your vibration and attracting matching experiences. This is how the mind and universe work together to manifest desires. Mindfulness is another vital component of the prosperity mindset. Often people block abundance not because of lack of opportunity, but because of lack of awareness. They are so distracted by worry, busyness, or negativity that they miss the gifts life places in front of them. Practicing mindfulness, paying attention to the present moment with openness and acceptance, keeps the mind clear and receptive. Whether through meditation, conscious breathing, or simply pausing to notice beauty around you, mindfulness helps you remain aligned with the flow of abundance. Salt rituals can also be woven into daily life as small acts of purification. A pinch of salt tossed over the back in the morning or evening releases accumulated stress. A handful of salt rubbed onto the skin during a shower clears away stagnant energy. A few grains of salt placed in shoes provides grounding and protection for the day. These simple practices keep your vibration high, ensuring that negativity does not linger long enough to block abundance. When combined with gratitude affirmations and visualization, they create a holistic system for maintaining prosperity. Another important practice is generosity. Abundance thrives in the cycle of giving and receiving. When you share your time, energy, or resources freely, you signal to the universe that you trust in infinite supply. Generosity need not always be financial. It can be as simple as offering kindness, encouragement, or support. The act of giving raises vibration, strengthens connection with others, and creates space for more blessings to return. By making generosity a daily practice, you live in harmony with the flow of abundance, rather than trying to hold it all for yourself. Self-care is also part of maintaining a prosperity mindset. Prosperity is not only about wealth, but also about health, vitality, and joy. Caring for the body through rest, movement, and nourishing food ensures that your energy remains strong. Caring for the mind through learning, reflection, and creative expression keeps you inspired. Caring for the spirit through rituals, meditation, or prayer keeps you connected to higher frequencies. Each act of self-care affirms that you are worthy of abundance, reinforcing the mindset that prosperity is natural and deserved. Finally, daily reflection helps maintain alignment. At the end of the day, take a few moments to review how you lived in relation to abundance. Ask yourself, did I practice gratitude? Did I speak affirmations with conviction? Did I give freely and remain open to receiving? Did I release stress and protect my energy? Reflection is not about judgment, but about awareness. It helps you stay accountable to your practices and make small adjustments that keep you aligned with prosperity. Maintaining a prosperity mindset is about creating consistency. Abundance flows most freely when the mind is steady and the vibration is high. Daily practices such as gratitude, affirmations, visualization, mindfulness, salt rituals, generosity, self-care, and reflection build this consistency. They transform abundance from an occasional experience into a continuous state of being. The more these practices are repeated, the more natural they become, until living in abundance feels effortless. In summary, a prosperity mindset is not something gained once and forgotten. It is cultivated through daily practices that strengthen gratitude, affirm belief, protect energy, and open space for receiving. By integrating these practices into ordinary life, abundance becomes a constant companion rather than an occasional visitor. Each day becomes an opportunity to align more fully with prosperity, creating a life that reflects the fullness, joy, and support that the universe always offers. Emotional alignment and the role of belief abundance is not only about external actions or rituals, it is deeply connected to the inner world of emotions and beliefs. While salt rituals, affirmations, and daily practices create powerful external and energetic shifts, they cannot bring lasting results unless the emotions and beliefs behind them are aligned. True abundance flows when the heart, mind, and spirit vibrate in harmony with prosperity. Emotional alignment and belief form the foundation of this harmony, ensuring that what we practice outwardly is supported by what we feel inwardly. Emotions are powerful indicators of vibration. They tell us immediately whether we are aligned with abundance or resisting it. Positive emotions such as joy, gratitude, love, and hope vibrate at higher frequencies and naturally attract experiences of prosperity. Negative emotions such as fear, doubt, resentment, or jealousy vibrate at lower frequencies and block the flow of abundance. This does not mean that negative emotions should be ignored or suppressed. They are signals pointing to areas where alignment is needed. By acknowledging them with awareness and then choosing to shift into higher emotions, we realign with abundance. Belief is equally important. The mind cannot create or attract what it fundamentally rejects. If someone repeats affirmations of wealth but deep down believes they are unworthy of prosperity, the vibration will be contradictory. The words may say, "I am abundant," but the emotion of doubt or unworthiness sends out a different frequency. The universe responds to the dominant vibration, not the surface words. This is why aligning belief with intention is crucial. Prosperity is not something we must earn through suffering. It is our natural state, and belief in this truth allows it to manifest. Shifting belief requires conscious effort. Many people grow up with subconscious programming rooted in scarcity. They may hear phrases like, "Money is hard to come by," "Rich people are selfish," or "You have to struggle to succeed." These messages sink into the subconscious and form limiting beliefs that sabotage abundance later in life. The good news is that beliefs can be rewritten. Through repetition of empowering affirmations, visualization, and emotional alignment, new beliefs of prosperity can replace the old patterns. This process does not happen instantly, but gradually as the subconscious is retrained to expect abundance rather than fear lack. Emotional alignment strengthens this process. When affirmations are spoken with genuine emotion, the subconscious receives the new belief more easily. For example, saying, "I am a magnet for success and prosperity," while feeling gratitude and joy, creates a powerful vibrational signal. The emotion charges the words, transforming them from statements into living energy. Without emotion, affirmations risk becoming hollow and mechanical. With emotion, they become declarations that shift both inner belief and outer reality. One of the most effective ways to align emotions with belief is through gratitude. Gratitude bridges the gap between where we are and where we want to be. Even when circumstances are difficult, focusing on what is already present creates a vibration of fullness. This fullness aligns with the frequency of abundance, making it easier to believe that more is on the way. Over time, gratitude builds confidence and dissolves fear, allowing the subconscious to accept abundance as natural. Gratitude transforms scarcity into sufficiency, and sufficiency into overflow. Another powerful tool is visualization. When we visualize ourselves living in abundance and allow ourselves to feel the emotions of that reality, the subconscious begins to adopt it as truth. The brain cannot distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones. When we consistently visualize prosperity with joy, relief, and excitement, the mind builds new neural pathways that support those emotions. These new pathways strengthen belief, making abundance feel not only possible, but inevitable. Faith also plays a critical role in alignment. Faith is the bridge between intention and manifestation. It is the ability to trust in abundance, even when physical evidence has not yet appeared. Faith keeps the vibration steady, preventing it from collapsing under doubt or fear. With faith, we continue to practice rituals, affirmations, and gratitude, knowing that results are unfolding in unseen ways. Without faith, we abandon practices, prematurely convinced they do not work. Faith is not blind optimism, but a deep trust in universal laws. Just as seeds take time to grow, manifestations take time to unfold. Faith keeps us aligned during this waiting period. It is also important to recognize that emotional alignment does not mean constant positivity. Life includes challenges, and it is natural to feel sadness, anger, or fear at times. Alignment comes from awareness and choice. When negative emotions arise, instead of resisting them, we acknowledge them and then consciously choose to rise to a higher state. For example, when fear arises about finances, we can acknowledge the fear, then shift into gratitude for what we already have and faith that more is coming. This practice transforms emotions into stepping stones toward alignment rather than barriers against it. Salt rituals support emotional alignment by providing tangible ways to release negative energy. A salt bath can dissolve emotional heaviness. A pinch of salt tossed over the back can release stress, and salt in shoes can create grounding and calm. These rituals complement emotional work by clearing vibrations that make alignment difficult. When combined with affirmations and gratitude, they create a holistic system for sustaining belief and emotion in harmony with abundance. In summary, emotional alignment and belief form the core of the prosperity mindset. Emotions reflect vibration and determine whether we are attracting or blocking abundance. Beliefs shape the foundation of what the subconscious accepts as possible. Together, they create the inner landscape that either supports or resists prosperity. By cultivating gratitude, visualization, faith, and empowering affirmations, and by using salt rituals to release negativity, we align both emotions and beliefs with abundance. When this alignment is strong, the universe responds with matching experiences, and prosperity flows naturally into every area of life. Consistency, faith, and repetition for lasting abundance. Manifesting abundance is not about performing one ritual or saying a few affirmations and then forgetting about them. True prosperity is cultivated over time through steady practice, unwavering faith, and conscious repetition. Just as seeds planted in the soil need consistent care to grow into strong trees, the seeds of abundance require nurturing through daily rituals, positive belief, and emotional alignment. Consistency, faith, and repetition are the keys that transform abundance from a fleeting experience into a lasting way of life. Consistency is the foundation. Energy responds to regularity. When you perform rituals sporadically or practice affirmations, only when you feel inspired, the vibration you emit is unstable. Sometimes it points toward abundance, sometimes it points toward scarcity. The universe responds to the dominant frequency, and if that frequency is inconsistent, the results will also be inconsistent. When you practice daily, however, the vibration stabilizes. Gratitude affirmations and salt rituals become habits that keep your energy aligned regardless of external circumstances. Consistency tells the universe that you are serious about abundance and ready to receive it continuously, not just occasionally. Repetition strengthens this foundation. The subconscious mind learns through repeated signals. One affirmation spoken once may spark inspiration, but repeated daily, it reshapes thought patterns and creates lasting belief. Just as a muscle grows stronger through repeated exercise, belief in abundance becomes unshakable through repeated affirmations, visualizations, and rituals. Repetition also builds momentum. Each time you practice, the energy compounds, making it easier to stay aligned and harder to fall back into scarcity. Over time, repetition creates a new normal where abundance feels natural and inevitable. Faith is the glue that holds it all together. Without faith, consistency and repetition can feel mechanical, and doubt can erode the vibration. Faith is the trust that abundance is unfolding even when evidence has not yet appeared. It is the confidence that the universe operates on principles of infinite supply and that alignment always produces results. Faith allows you to continue the practices even when circumstances seem unchanged, knowing that energy shifts first and physical manifestations follow. It is the ability to keep watering the seeds of abundance without digging them up to check if they are growing. One of the challenges many people face is impatience. They perform a ritual or affirmation for a few days, expect immediate results, and give up when nothing happens quickly. This is like planting a seed and expecting a tree the next morning. In truth, manifestations often require time to align because energy must shift and circumstances must rearrange before results appear. Faith bridges this gap, keeping the vibration steady during the waiting period. By trusting in the process, you remain aligned, ensuring that when results arrive, you are ready to receive them fully. Consistency also builds resilience. Life will always present challenges, but when you have established daily practices, those challenges cannot easily pull you out of alignment. A stressful day may arise, but gratitude and salt rituals restore balance. A moment of doubt may appear, but affirmations and visualization bring you back to belief. Consistency creates stability, allowing you to remain connected to abundance, even when circumstances are turbulent. Over time, this stability strengthens inner peace and confidence, making you less reactive to external events. Repetition further deepens this stability. Each time you affirm abundance, practice gratitude, or perform a ritual, you reinforce the vibrational pathway of prosperity. The more you walk that path, the clearer it becomes. Eventually, it is no longer an effort but a natural state. Just as someone who trains daily eventually finds exercise effortless, someone who repeats abundance practices daily eventually finds prosperity effortless. Scarcity begins to feel foreign, while abundance feels like home. Faith also inspires inspired action. When you believe deeply in abundance, you act differently. You take opportunities with confidence, invest in yourself without fear, and make decisions from a place of trust rather than worry. Faith transforms not only your energy, but also your behavior, creating a cycle where belief attracts opportunities and opportunities strengthen belief. This synergy turns faith into a living force that continuously multiplies abundance. Salt rituals embody these principles beautifully. The glass with salt ritual, for example, gains strength through repetition. One cycle of 7 days may bring results, but repeated cycles deepen the alignment and magnify prosperity. Tossing salt over the back once may release stress, but doing it daily prevents stress from accumulating at all. Each repeated ritual builds consistency and reinforces faith, making abundance not an occasional outcome, but a steady flow. Salt becomes a physical reminder of the power of steady practice, faith, and repetition. To sustain this way of life, it helps to view abundance as a journey rather than a destination. There is no final point where abundance is achieved once and for all. Instead, abundance is lived every day through choices, practices, and beliefs. The journey is ongoing, and each moment offers another chance to align with prosperity. By committing to consistency, embracing repetition, and holding faith, you ensure that the journey is not only steady, but also joyful. In summary, lasting abundance is created through the combination of consistency, repetition, and faith. Consistency stabilizes, vibration, repetition ingrains, belief and faith keeps the energy alive during times of waiting or doubt. Together, they transform abundance from an occasional experience into a permanent state of being. With steady practice and trust, the flow of prosperity becomes continuous, supporting every area of life. Abundance is not a matter of luck or chance. It is the natural result of aligning with universal principles and maintaining that alignment with persistence, devotion, and belief. Abundance isn't something outside of you waiting to be found. It's a frequency always present, ready for you to tune into. By practicing salt rituals, affirmations, and daily alignment with gratitude and faith, you begin to live in harmony with this universal flow. Remember, consistency and belief are the keys that transform desire into reality. If this message resonated with you, declare it in the comments. I am aligned with abundance. Let's create a community of high vibration together. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so more people can learn these powerful practices. Until next time, stay grounded, stay grateful, and remember, you are already abundant.